Guys, welcome back to my Node.js Express.js tutorial. In the last session, we have just deeply introduced like what exactly we are going to learn step by step. What is a Node, what is Express.js, and how to build. And every step I have shown like what kind of project we are going to build in this session that we have all detailed in last lecture I have shown. Now, in this session, we are actually started with Node.js Express two sessions. Yeah. So the first of all, the very basic difference that we are going to see, we aware about a JavaScript. We know what exactly JavaScript, how to run the JavaScript. But a JavaScript is going to play a two role here. So two role means the one first is the JavaScript is going to work on client side, CLIENT client side. That we are very well known about the what exactly JavaScript and how to run the JavaScript. Okay, I'm going to show you the what exactly the difference between the JavaScript at the client side and JavaScript at the server side. The most of students or many peoples are known only the client side JavaScript, but how to use a JavaScript as a server side JavaScript, as you can say that as a backend, or you may say that as a server side. This basic difference that we are going to see in this session. Okay, so first of all, like we know what exactly JavaScript, how to print the variables, how to print a message and everything. If we are trying to run the basic JavaScript programs or at the client side, so we know that for running or in general any program you can take in any program you want to run. So for any kind of programming, one environment is needed to run the program. For example, if you want to run the C++, then you need a CPP. For the Java, you may use the Eclipse. For Android, you may need Android Studio. For ASP.NET, we need a Visual Studio Code. So this is defined because that kind of programming need that kind of environment or some kind of sort of servers or something. Okay, in the similar way, if you're trying to run a JavaScript program, so we know the JavaScript program is going to run on any browser. For example, the Chrome browser, you are running a JavaScript program. Okay, so that means the Chrome is already having a some sort of environment where the JavaScript is going to execute. Okay, so basically the Chrome is having a V8 engine. Okay, so this is just in short, you have to remember this is a kind of environment where the JavaScript program is going to execute. For example, see, we have not up to now we are not installing anything, and if you're trying to run some JavaScript basic program, so we need just any browser, go to the browser, try to inspect, and you can observe the console here. You can do the all kind of programming here. Just basically 2 plus 2, if you're adding, you're getting answer as a 4. So how exactly we are getting this means we one basic things we know that every programming needs some compiler, some interpreter, so that that will understand the instruction and accordingly that going to print the output. So that means we are instructing the 2 plus 2, that means the browser is already having a something there, so that it will producing the outputs in the similar way that we going to print some messages, that also we can print like for example, even the lot of things are there. If you want to print alert message and alert, alert, and if you're trying to meet something message here, test anything, see, we are getting this alert. So there are maybe someone who is understanding this instruction and accordingly it's producing the outputs. Okay. But this is all the JavaScript. Even you can store any variable value. Suppose a is equal to 2, and if you are trying to store something value, then b is equal to 2, any b is equal to 3, and if you are trying to add some things, now you have to print any more thing like anything like suppose print a console.log. In this there you can print a plus b, that also you can print. Okay, see, so everything is started working here. Anything you can type that accordingly it's going to print the values. Okay, so it means what exactly you are doing, we are running all the JavaScript program at the client side, not a server side. Okay, means that this environment is all about a client side environment. So any JavaScript instruction that you're going to run here, and that accordingly that are going to work also. So fine. So this is what a JavaScript it is working at a client side. Even you can take any text file, can store that file as a .js, and that can you can run with the, embedded with the HTML file. That also you can do with the client side programming. So basic difference is that when we are running a JavaScript at the client side, so we are using a default browser, and that already having some sort of environment, so that that JavaScript program is going to work on a client side. So, and also we can know that the JavaScript, for running a JavaScript program, we need embedded HTML programs. That also we can do things. Okay, fine. But what if we on this want to run the same code on a server side? When we are talking about the server side, that means we need some kind of environment at the server side. In short, we just remember the without browser. If you want to, what if you want to run the JavaScript without a browser? So then we have the question mark. So at that time, we need something or some technology so that providing a JavaScript environment to run the JavaScript programs. Okay. For that, there is a node is there, and node is going to provide such an environment so that you can execute the all the similar things which are executing and up to now the Chrome. Same things you can also execute on a node environment. Okay, so that we means we need create such an environment which is already having a Chrome. So for that we have to externally install a Node.js in our system. So for installing a Node.js, you have to simply go to the browser and type there node.erg, or you can simply browse the Node.js. First, for the first link, you're going there node.js. Just click over there, and you'll having a downloading option. Once you downloaded the Node.js, so that Node.js is going to download here, and you can just simply use the simple steps, and simple installation steps are there. Just next, and finish. Not just complicated. I don't have the exe now. I have already installed the Node.js, so I'm not going to install the one more times. So you'll get one some exe, and then accordingly just simply trying to download so that you come to know what exactly process is. So this kind of exe is going to download, and once it downloaded, go to that folder. See, it's simple example is fine, and just right click over there and run as admin, or you can simply double click on this icons, so it will keep on running. Then just simply click next, and the finish. Very simple installation is there, not so complicated. Right. So okay, it is already installed. I'm not going to install one more time, so just I'm going to finish. Okay, so confirm the whether the node is installed or not. You just go on a search browser and try to search a node here. So you get the symbol, the node.js symbol. This is a green pandemic symbol, that is Node.js. Just click on this icon, it will open one console based applications. See, now the thing that we are doing on a console, so this is what console I'm showing, trying to understand the difference. So when I'm using this console, that means the JavaScript, whatever the JavaScript programming that we are doing on a browser, it is a console based browser, and which is nothing but a client side a JavaScript programs. Okay, so this is a client side JavaScript programs. Understood this? console dot log. Just print the message client side JS. Hit this. Okay. Now, this same environment, if you want to create at the server side, for that we have installed the external Node.js, and this is what involved. See, for this we are not using any browser, and the same thing that we have done as of now on the browser, similar thing you can do on a node. See, but this is not working on a console. See, a console means not on a client side. This is up to now a server side scripting that we are doing. So this is server server side a JS. Understood this difference? It's very important, try to understand. See, by default, Chrome is going to provide the environment which is like this console based application. You can do the programming here and you're getting the output. The same environment via that Node.js is going to provide, so that the similar programming you can do on a server side as well. Okay, now that the server side we are doing a server like JavaScript programming. In similar kind of code you can do on the client side also and the server side also. Okay, but all the programming you're not going to do on console only. This is not just for understanding the difference, what exactly the JavaScript as a client side or front end, and what exactly the JavaScript as a backend or the server side. Okay, so the similar thing we can also write a JavaScript program on a server side, but the condition is that we need some kind of similar type of environment which is a Chrome is going to provide it. For example, the V8 kind of engine kind of environment, and the Node.js is going to provide us such an environment so that you can run the similar code on a server side as well. Okay, this is what exactly the basic difference between the server side scripting and the client side scripting, and nothing else. Okay, what exactly the node? The node is a kind of things which is providing the environment to execute the JavaScript program. That's all. Nothing difference. Nothing that much complicated. Okay. But as I have said, all the programming you're not going to do on a console base. We have to create some files. We have to save that file and then run that files on a server side. So now we are going to install the JavaScript. Now we are install a Node.js. Now we are going to run about Node.js. We are making one, we are using one editor at a Visual Studio Code, and we are going to create one folder, and within that folder we are going to run some JavaScript program, and we are going to save that file as a .node.js, and then we are going to run that programs. Okay, so let's me create one simple files and try to run on that browser. See, I already done some basic Node.js programs, but I'm going to create one fresh one file. So let's go to the any use a Visual Studio Code for writing these programs. So I'm just in the first Node program, or even you can say that Node.js file name, and save that file with the .node.js extensions. Okay. Now see the first program I'm going to show you that how exactly the Node.js is going to work. So the first, or you can say the index.js. See, try to understand this program, what exactly this program is, so that you come to know. Okay, you can simply open any Visual Studio Code, create one folder and create one file with save that file with the .js extension. You can give the file name, any file name. Okay, and once you created a files, now the similar program we are going, if you want to run on a Chrome browsers. Okay, so that node can also having a lot of models, built-in models. Using that models we can run a node.js program on a browser side way. Okay, so don't be confused here, so that the Chrome is already providing an environment, then why we are using a node, and then see same thing what exactly happening. Node is providing all the environment, but we are not going to run all the program on console side itself. Now we have to execute this. We have to use the server side environment, but that same program also if we want to run on the browser. Okay, in server side programming itself, we are running on a browser. So it is not like the Chrome is providing environment here. Okay, we are externally creating a servers for a node. Okay, so for that there is one module that we need to install, that is an HTTP. So Node.js providing a hundred of models that based on our requirement we have to install the models, and we have to use that model. So the requirements, we are requiring a HTTP server model so that we are accessing it. And this module dot create server, we are creating our own server, means Node.js having a facility to create their server. Here is a function and the two parameter we are passing, the request and the response. Whatever the request is come from the client side, that also we can accept. And as of now, you have to just print on, if you want to print just response, so you can use the response variable. Okay. So this response dot write head, so this is just kind of content, what kind of content you're going to write on console and browser, so that you can print here. Okay. And this is request dot end. So end with this response that hello world messages. And here we are adding a port, it is 8080. That means if you want to execute this server side Node.js program on a browser, so for that we are creating one external server and with the port number 8080. Okay. Now how to run these programs? So that is also one of the biggest question. Similar, like simple process, what exactly we have done, just we have created one simple files and imported one http server, http.create server, and this function request response, and just we are writing a simple message with the port number 8080. If you want to run this program, so open the entire path where exactly your file is saved. I have saved this file in users document, and node name is folder is there. Within that folder, if you want to try to run this program, so first of all you have to write the node, because it is a node program. Suppose it is a JavaScript or HTML program, you can directly go and hit the program, so that automatically it's going to run. Okay. But we are doing a JavaScript program or Node.js program, so that's why we have to write the node. In node, which program you want to run? So the Node.js, you can give the any file name. Okay, just Node.js.js. Hit the enter. Okay. So now, how to open this program? Just go to the browser, type localhost and the port number, whichever you're giving this. See, now we are getting the hello world messages. Okay. So in this way, now this hello world program is executed on a server side, not a client side. See, this is a localhost 800. That means on some particular address, on particular environment, we are running these programs, not on a console-based program. Okay. So this is in the similar way we can do a lot of going to program, a lot of things on a Node.js. We can create a HTML font, we can read the content from the prompt, we can read the file text, a lot of things that we are going to do. Okay. But okay, within this HTTP server, now you can do the any kind of programming, whatever they done with the in the client side, the similar all the kind of programming even you can do on a server side also. Understood the basic difference? So just understand what we are trying to understand in this session. In this session, we are just trying to understand the difference between a JavaScript as a client side and the JavaScript as a server side. That means in the client side, or you can say that the backend server side. Okay. So just the if you understood only the difference, like JavaScript, the basic environment is Chrome is going to provide in a client side that will basically execute it. But a similar thing, if you want to execute on a server side, for that you need some kind of environment, and Node.js is responsible for providing such a kind of environment. Okay. For running a JavaScript as a client side, you can use any editor, I can embed with any HTML file, and it is similar going to run. But if you want to run on a server as a backend, JavaScript as a backend, then you have to install the node, and you have to create one file with a node.js extension, and in that extension externally we are creating one server using the HTTP npm module, and within that we have one function, built-in function, that is a create server with a request response. Okay. And then we simply write on the program on a given some sort of ports. Okay. And for running the Node.js program, just write a node.js and .js with the up to, once you hit this program, so you can go to the browser and try localhost node.js, and you'll get the required output. You can write any message here so that it can be run. Welcomes you. Welcome to Node.js server side scripting. Server side scripting. Okay. Just Control C, up arrow, Node.js, go to the browser and just try to refresh it. See, welcome to Node.js server side scripting. Okay. So up to this is very important. Once you do all kind of setup and whatever I have said, install the Node.js, try to run this, create this program and try to run these programs. Once you reach there, in the next session, we are going to explore more about the Node.js. Up to now, just understand the Node.js is a kind of, it's providing a client-side JavaScript environment, similar environment to the server side. That's all. Nothing else. Nothing does not differentiate them. Okay. Fine. Okay. In the next session, we are going to learn more about Node.js, and then we are going to start with the Express.js in the next simulation. Okay. Fine. Thank you guys. Thank you.